Yo, is my camera blurry? Sorry about that. Top of the morning to you, world. Facebook land. How's life treating you? The land of the book. We don't have a whole lot of time to let the stream build because we got to get this show cracking this morning. So, there we go. Link, what's going on, my friend? Got some great things going on here in St. Louis, man. Some regular meetings and stuff going to happen. So make sure you connect your St. Louis folks with me, man. Let's go ahead and build you a solid foundation, brother. Get some of this passive and residual income, you know. Link, what's going on, my friend? So you guys make sure that you go ahead and hit the share button real quick. We're talking about the health and wealth connection. Right? Lexi, good morning, Queen. The health and wealth connection. How'd that co-worker go? Did she go home and chew on that? I think she likes what she heard and is going to take a chance with us. Vanzea, what's going on? Bill DeMoore in the house. Sandra, SH&H Tax Services is in the building. Go ahead and hit the share button if you have not already. I'm going to do the same. I share it to my personal profile. Say yes. Tyrone, what's going on, my brother? We need to connect today, Tyrone. If we got to get that W-4 form done. I don't know if you were able to get on the new member orientation last night. If not, let's go ahead and connect so we can get you off to a good start this morning. I'm available this afternoon as well as this evening if you need me. Okay, I believe so too. And if I need to talk to the husband, I will. So that's no big deal, no problem there. All right, so let's go ahead and get the show started. I got it shared. Hopefully you guys are doing the same thing, hitting the share button as well. And let's go ahead and bring up our YouTube feed. There we go. Let's go ahead and rock this thing this morning, y'all. Super excited to have you guys on board. You guys know the drill. Go ahead and comment where you're from, name of your business and or brand. So I give you a free business shout out if we get around to it. But let's go ahead and get today's show started officially. Good morning, Black World, and welcome to Talking Money in the Morning Live with your main man, H. Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor to the Black community, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur, where I do my absolute best to bring practical yet proven wealth building strategies to working men and women all over this great nation of ours. It's truly an honor, privilege, and a blessing to come to you live and direct from the Black Wealth Movement Studios here in St. Louis, Missouri. Guys, the Black Wealth Movement is all about building generational wealth in our communities. How do you do that? You need to first understand the things that are keeping you from building wealth so that you can overcome them. Inflation, taxes, debt, and a limited financial IQ is robbing us of the ability to build wealth for our families. But make no mistake, because of that low financial IQ, we're building wealth for everybody else's family but ours. So let's now flip the tide. Join the Black Wealth Movement so you can become more financially literate. So we can teach you how to minimize your taxes, then how to take those tax savings and use that to eliminate your debt so that you can start investing and have your money growing faster than the rate of inflation. That's what the Black Wealth Movement is about. And it doesn't get any better than getting started for $20 and then roughly $35, $40 per month will allow you to maintain your membership. You have your own business that's going to allow you to minimize your taxes and write off your lifestyle. You're going to get the tools and the resources that you need to execute our wealth building game plan. And you're going to be mentored by 9-figure people. The two founders of the company that backs the Black Wealth Movement are collectively worth near $1 billion. One is worth $600 million, the other is worth about $200 million. And they want to pour into you the wealth building strategies that they use to build their financial empires for their family. All you got to do is inbox me or text Black Wealth Movement to 314-874-6887. I love to share with you what this thing is, what it isn't, where we're going, our game plan, our strategy. So get plugged in, man. And if you don't get plugged into the Black Wealth Movement, get plugged into some sort of financial education system that's going to take your finances to the next level. It's time for us to start building multi-generational wealth. The Black Wealth Movement just has a game plan already in place, a turnkey system. You can plug and play, jump in and get rolling right away. But it doesn't have to be our system. But you got to start doing something to transform the future of your family's finances. And heck, why not do it with us? Do me a huge favor. If you're checking us out on YouTube, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 2,000 subscribers here in the next week or so. And we are at about 1,945 or something like that. Let me see exactly where we are in terms of subscribers so far. 1,946 subscribers, guys. We need to go ahead and get that thing knocked off and checked off of our list. So if you haven't already, go over to the YouTube channel at Financial Health Mentor and go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you're checking us out on YouTube this morning, make sure that you comment. Let us know where you're from. The name of your business or brand so we can give you a free business shout out. And make sure you give the show a thumbs up or a thumbs down, whichever you deem necessary. Same with you guys on Facebook. You guys know the price of admission is a simple share. I don't charge you anything to come into Talking Money in the Morning. Just a simple share button, y'all. There are people who are praying for financial wisdom, people who are praying for financial solutions, and we talk about money and financial solutions every morning on this show. So share it with your people, man. They might want to see this and might want to start their day with the health and wealth connection, which is what we're going to be talking about today. The connection between having good health and building wealth and some of the habits that wealthy people have going on in their lives. So go ahead and hit the share button if you have not already. Let's see who we have on the show this morning. Who's tuning in? We have Bill DeMore in the building. We have SH&H Tax Services in the building. We have the Learn and Earn Coach from Cleveland, Mississippi. We have the Monterey Financial is here. Online Business Resources Group. Tyrone Mann is in the building. And also Real Talk with Reggie is also in the building. Oh, and my girl, Boutique House Enterprises, empowering families with financial strategies to start and increase wealth. So welcome to the show. Body Baba Zell is always tuning in on YouTube. So appreciate you, Queen, and all the insight that you always add to the show each and every morning. Today's show is also brought to you by Financial Health Mentor Bookstore. Guys, if you don't already have these two books right here, you are sleeping on the game. This is listener supported media, so instead of asking for donations or putting a donation button on my website, I'd rather sell you a couple quality products that will help you, and you can help me at the same time. So for $37, you get both books, a 1-month subscription to Monetize My Life Academy, which is my branding and marketing school that teaches you online marketing from beginner to advanced level stuff. You also get a free 15-minute coaching session with me where I can help you review your W-4 form to make sure you're not overpaying in taxes or anything else that you want me to help you with in finance or business. But you get both books and your coaching and a free trial of Monetize My Life Academy for just $37. So I appreciate you if you guys jump on those, and the profits from those book sales is what helps me continue to keep the lights on around here and get the equipment that I need to keep bringing you this awesome show each and every morning. So today we're talking about the health and wealth connection. And I'll tell you what spurred this. Yesterday, I don't know if you guys have seen my live stream, but I was nudged by the Spirit to go live yesterday while I was having one of my grounding sessions, right? And you guys know I'm big on grounding, being literally grounded and metaphorically grounded, figuratively grounded, right? Stay humble, stay grounded, figuratively, but also stay grounded literally as much as possible. So when I had my feet on the earth yesterday, I decided to do a live stream and just talk to the people about the benefits of being connected to the earth, and also the benefits of absorbing as much sunlight as possible on as much of your bare skin as you can. And I started to think about that. That's one of those health benefits and those health strategies that nobody really talks about. But I also wanted to look at some other things that wealthy people do in terms of their health that we might need to know, some habits that we might need to establish in our lives, you know, before we get wealthy. Because what we tend to believe is that wealthy people get all this money, then they start doing certain activities. I'm here to tell you that's not how it goes, man. They have certain habits that created the lifestyle that brought the wealth. I'm going to say that again. We tend to believe that wealthy people, once they got their wealth, they started behaving this way. So we look at what they're doing today and we say, hey, let me start trying to do what they're doing, and maybe that's going to create the wealth that they have. No, these people actually had certain habits that led them to their financial success, their financial gains. And some of the habits that they have are in the area of their physical health. So we're going to talk about that here in a second. How many of you guys are familiar with grounding and plan to go and put your bare feet on the ground at least 30 minutes today and every day that the weather permits, right? You guys know that putting your bare feet on the ground and the negative ions that the earth emits into your system actually demagnetizes your blood. It actually improves blood viscosity, right? Now, this isn't me trying to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases. I'm not licensed to practice medicine, right? You got to have a license to practice medicine. It's crazy, right? But I don't want anybody to get this twisted that this is medical advice. I don't need nobody coming knocking on my door talking about you trying to practice medicine without a license. This is a show that is for information purposes only. You do your own research and you talk to your own medical professionals. But from my research, what I was able to ascertain is that it actually improves blood viscosity. So it might just improve your blood pressure. It also helps with anti-aging, right? Do you guys know that free radicals are the particles that we just take in, and they're all around us and you can't do anything about it? Actually, oxygen is a free radical, right? So what happens is those free radicals come into your body, and because they are out of balance, they have too many positive ions and not enough negative ions. So when they come into your body, they start robbing your cells of their negative ions, causing your cells to go off balance. Well, guess what? When you put your feet on the earth, your body is flooded with negative ions. Therefore, you have all of these extra negative ions floating around in your body. So when the free radicals come in, instead of them robbing your cells and your organs of these negative ions, they just grab the free floating negative ions that are in your body. Ever wonder how Native people don't have any traditional medical people in their tribes, but they live to be 100, 110, 120 years old? Could it have something to do with the fact that they sleep on the ground and they're in the sun all day? I'm just saying, people, we've got to start looking at things a little bit differently. So as I was doing my research, I found this article that basically kind of highlights a study of wealthy people, and basically it came out with 8 things that wealthy people do for their health. And these habits were probably with these people long before they got wealthy, right? So let me give you just the cliff notes, and the source is youbeauty.com. Youbeauty.com is the source. It's youbeauty.com. Basically, it is. Says, ever wonder what wealthy people's secret to success is? Turns out it's not just being business savvy, but also being making health a top priority. The greatest wealth is health, and rich people in particular seem to have taken this to heart. So an accountant, Tom Corley of the Rich Habits Institute in Rahway, New Jersey, decided to take a peek into these lifestyles. So he interviewed 233 wealthy American men and women ages 42 to 85 who made over 160,000 or more per year and had a 3.2 million or more net worth, right? So here's what he did. He interviewed over 233 wealthy people. They make more than 160,000 per year, but they have a more than a $3 million net worth, right? And then it says, and then he analyzed their daily habits, comparing them to the behaviors of low-income people who made $35,000 or less per year and had a less than $5,000 net worth. And here's some of the things that he came up with. Number 1, wealthy people work out at least 4 times per day. Now, oh crap. Well, that's just not right. So it looks like my computer just decided to go off and shut down on me on its own. So let me pull the article up on my tablet real quick so that we can continue. Sorry, YouTube, but the show just killed YouTube. My laptop is on its last leg, y'all. My wife was just laughing at me a little while ago. She said, yeah, I know it's only a couple years old, but if you own it 24 hours a day, it's probably got the age of a 15-year-old laptop. And she might be right. She might be right. So let me do, let me pull this up because this is good stuff, man. Habits of wealthy people. So now I feel bad because Bazelle is on a Facebook fast and now YouTube shut down on her. All right, so there is the article. Let me just bring it up. So, Melanie said, mine too. Yeah, man, I will wear out some equipment, man. I got one speed, Melody. I just go hard. I just go hard. Oh, that ain't the article that I wanted. That is not the article that I want. So let me pull up another one. Which that's also a good one. So Simple Most has another good article on the same study, but all right, give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. Because you gotta get this. So we know that they work out 4 times a week, and that makes me feel bad because I didn't do my 100 push-ups this morning before the show. I'm basically cheating my workout because what I say is, well, since I'm going to actually go down in my basement and work out really hard today, I'm not going to do my push-ups. That's just a load of crap. Because that has nothing to do with whether or not I'm going to go work out. I just didn't want to do my push-ups today. Oh, man, come on. Healthy habits of wealthy people. All right, I think this one is it. All right, here we go. Here we go. Apologize about that. So they work out 4 times per week. Cody's research showed that 76% of wealthy people engage in physical activity, primarily aerobic exercise for 30 minutes, at least 4 days per week. Now, let's remember, we're creating the habits that wealthy people have now before we get wealthy so that we can get wealthy, right? Because we know the correlation between working out and how that makes you more productive because it gives you more energy, it gives you more clarity in thought. How many of you guys are working out 30 minutes at least 4 times per day? Don't feel bad if you're not, but just think about this. We're talking about, it's often said that you get what you focus on, right? And people want to know all the time, Cortez, why are you obsessed with wealth, wealthy people, wealth strategies, all of this stuff that you study day in and day? Why are you so obsessed with that? Because you get what you focused on. You get what you focus on. I want you to think about something. Tell me something that you've ever really wanted in life that you actually got without obsessing over it day and night. Whether it was that boo thing that you finally married, whether it was the job that you finally landed, that promotion that you finally wanted, whether it was that car that you dreamed about, that dream out. You tell me something that you wanted bad that you finally got your hands on, and you tell me you didn't obsess over that thing day and night. Now tell me how you intend to be wealthy, but you refuse to obsess over wealth strategies, wealthy people, wealthy biographies, studying what they do, their habits, and it's not going to work, people. It's not going to work. And here's what we're doing. We're letting people guilt trip us into not being obsessed. Here's what we're doing. We're letting other people around us who maybe they don't want to be wealthy. They're guilt tripping us to not focus on and obsess over becoming wealthy. That's why you'll never get there. I ain't letting nobody guilt trip me into saying anything other than I'm going to be a billionaire in the next 9 years. Because I know what's needed in our community and what we got to do. And it's going to take a few billionaires to get together to rebuild our communities. So 76% of wealthy people work out at least 4 times per day. Right? I'm on track. I do 100 push-ups every morning before the show. I'm going to have to do them after the show today because I didn't do them this morning. What's up, Lisa D? Number 2. They eat less junk food. Oh, I might be stepping on some toes this morning. Where are you on the junk food scale? It says 70% of the wealthy eat less than 300 calories worth of junk food per day. Coley found that 97% of low-income people consume more than that. And only 25% of wealthy people eat fast food restaurants 3 or more times a week compared to nearly 70% of low-income people. Let's talk about junk food for a second, y'all. And we talked about what exercise does for mental clarity, what exercise does for giving you energy. All junk food contains chemicals that I'm trying to think of the medical term. All junk foods contain basically chemicals that alters your brain activity, right? I'm trying to think of, I can't think of the technical term right now, but if you want to study somebody who's a foremost expert, Dr. Robert Blaylock, I believe. Look, Google Dr. Robert Blaylock. I think his name is Blaylock. He's a neuroscientist, and he's the one of the first who discovered what MSG does to the brain. It's one of the first that studied what MSG does to the brain, right? And basically, one of the things that MSG does, it turns off your leptin receptors. Leptin is the hormone that your stomach sends to your brain to tell your brain it's full. Now, if MSG turns off the receptors that are responsible for receiving that message and it never gets the message, what do you think you're going to do? You're going to keep on eating, keep on eating, keep on eating long after you're full. Right? Long after you're full, you keep eating because MSG turns off the leptin receptors that blocks the communication from your gut to your brain that says, hey, I'm full, shut the mouth off, we don't need to take in anymore, we're good. That's why everything is loaded with MSG. And even the things that say no MSG, they're loaded with the chemical compounds that make up MSG. So technically there's no MSG in there, but if we put everything in there that makes up MSG and it forms MSG in your body, it's the same doggone thing, y'all. Same doggone thing. So eating junk food has a far greater detriment than one would think. It also creates those feelings of euphoria in the brain, just like other drugs do. That's why you feel so good when you bite that Twinkie. You feel so good when you eat that ice cream. You feel so good when you have those chips, because it actually helps create and the body releases the same endorphins that that would be released if you smoke some marijuana, if you have some caffeine, if you have some nicotine. Those feel good hormones are released in the body when you eat a lot of this junk food all the same, right? A lot of the junk food is cooked with hydrogenated oils, right? So basically they take a corn oil or a vegetable oil and they put it through a hydrogenation process, which basically kills anything in the oil that will cause the oil to go rancid. That's why vegetable oil can last forever. Here's what hydrogenated oil also does. Hydrogenated oil coats your cells so that your immune system can't recognize the good cells and the bad cells. Right? So that's where autoimmune diseases come from. If you think about it, if my body has a defense mechanism, right? And whenever it sees these negative cells and this junk floating around in my system, it's going to attack that stuff to keep me safe. But if I'm eating foods rich in hydrogenated oils, it coats all of the cells, good and bad, so I can't determine what should be attacked and what should not be attacked. So now I just got all of this stuff floating in my body, and it's causing me harm, and I don't realize it. Man, that black walnut ice cream is the devil. That and butter pecan for me. Right? Butter pecan ice cream. So wealthy people eat less junk food. So if you never had a reason to cut back on junk food, tie it to your wealth building aspirations. Let your family know that, hey, we're going to cut back on the junk because we can't get wealthy eating this junk. A, it's more expensive to have in the house. But B, what it's doing to your body and your ability to think clearly and to focus. I'm still trying to think of that word, neurotoxins. That's what I'm thinking about. So all junk food contains neurotoxins. So basically toxins that attack your neurological system, right? So cut out the junk food, y'all. Number 3, they sleep 7 hours a night. Now, I ain't say this, but this is what they say, right? A whopping 89% of wealthy people sleep an average of 7 hours or more per night. That means they're reaping sleep's health and beauty benefits, as well as the mental ones. Sleep is crucial to learning and memory, as well as being focused and productive. Now, I would probably say, Angelic says butter pecan is a favorite. Those Magnum double caramel ice cream bars, woo! Yeah, so you got to get them down. You got to get down to 300 calories or less per day if you want to be wealthy. If you want to do what wealthy people do, right? I forgot, Lisa D. So this is an article on youbeauty.com, and it's healthy habits of wealthy people. Beauty, Y-O-U beauty.com. And then basically it is the cliff notes of a study by an accountant named, let me get his name for you, Tom Corley of the Rich Habits Institute. Tom Corley of the Rich Habits Institute. So, and I will tell you this, y'all. I did a show that says And the title of that show was Sleep is Overrated, but Rest is Critical. And I was talking about the fact that sometimes you might have to give up a little sleep in pursuit of your dreams, but you cannot give up rest. You have to find time to rest. And since I've been doing that, guys, I actually rest 7 hours a night. I don't just sleep. I rest about 7 hours a night because I go so hard during the day that I am literally wore out and I crash, at about 10:30, 11 o'clock. Last night I crashed at about 11:30. Slept hard, rested hard. That's why I wake up so rejuvenated, right? My wife, on the other hand, does a little tossing and turning. She worries about the house and all of this kind of stuff all the time. I was like, dude, I ain't got time for that. When my head hits the pillow and I close my eyes, I go right into a deep resting sleep almost immediately. And that's why I wake up with so much energy. So if you're working out 3 or 4 times per week, you can probably wear yourself out like that too. If you're super productive in your businesses and all that kind of stuff, you can probably rest, start getting a little bit more rest in that regard too. So number 3, they sleep 7 hours a night. Here's another good one. Number 4, they don't get drunk. Oh, I don't know if I'm stepping on toes. Only 13% of wealthy people that was surveyed, it was 233 that got surveyed, only 13% of the wealthy people that did this survey admitted to getting drunk within the past 30 days. Now, it doesn't say they don't drink alcohol. It says they don't get drunk, y'all. They don't get drunk. Now, I don't drink. I don't smoke. I had a terrible weed habit as a young man. And 2018? So I've been 17 years clean and sober. "17 years clean and sober." And my thing was marijuana. I was a straight pothead. When Breed and Tupac was talking about high till I die and gotta get mine, that was me. And I had to change that, man. That drove me crazy, literally. So I haven't had a drink or a drug outside of my caffeine and my tea, my oolong tea, because that's a fat burning tea. I'm trying to lose a little belly flab. 17 years. 2001 was the last time I had a drink or smoked a blunt. So, and it's funny, when you get into those negative habits like that, you can't see yourself living without that stuff. And I literally, now it's like, man, I can't believe that I wasted a lot of time, energy, and effort in the consumption of that stuff, right? So it says only 13% get drunk compared to 60% of low-income people. What's more, 84% of wealthy folks drink 2 glasses of alcohol per day or less, and that gives them a health boost. Research shows that people who have 1 to 2 drinks per day tend to live longer and have fewer heart problems than those who have more or less. Now, I'm going to be honest and 100%. When I see studies like this, I'm a little leery, right? That you're going to tell me that putting a little poison in my body is going to make me stay healthy longer. I believe that's one of those researches that the alcohol industry paid for. It says, hey, we can't tell people that they'll live longer if they don't drink no alcohol, but let's just make sure that they don't become slush heads and tell them they can drink a little bit and they live longer, right? I say I don't like tea, but I'm going to have to get some of that. Yeah, it's called oolong. Oolong tea, OOLONG, I believe. And it has some fat burning properties. You have to go to my video that I did on my fat burning recipes. Oolong tea, and every morning I have the oolong tea sweetened with Black Mama's agave, And then I also put about a teaspoon and a half of coconut oil in it, because the coconut oil is a healthy fat, and it's actually going to cause my body to start burning fat this morning versus burning carbs. And you want your body in fat burning mode and not carb burning mode. And the way to get it to switch is you reduce your carb intake, increase your healthy fat intake, and then your body will automatically recognize that, wait a minute, we're not getting all these carbs all of a sudden, so let's stop burning carbs as energy because we don't know the next time we're going to get any carbs. Let's take these fat reserves and start burning them as energy. So that's how you change your body shape. You start burning fat, and you have to reduce your carb intake in order to do that. So number 4, wealthy people don't get drunk. They don't get drunk. Doesn't say they don't drink. It says they don't get drunk. Number 5, they watch less than an hour of TV a day. They watch less than an hour of TV a day. It says Corley found that nearly 70% of the wealthy watch 1 hour or less of TV every day, and a mere 6% watch reality TV, compared to nearly 80% of low-income people. Yeah, keto diets. Yeah, when you get your body in the fat burning mode, that's how you change shape. You can lose weight burning calories, but if you want to change your body's shape, you have to get to burning fat. But if you start to burn fat, you have to be careful to make sure you are also consuming lots of chelating foods in your diet, like greens, kales, spinaches, because what happens is one of your body's defense mechanisms is, as you're taking in a lot of these junk food compounds, they are filled with toxins. So you consume more toxins than your body can get rid of. So one of the defense mechanisms that your body has is, instead of getting rid of it, since we can't do it through our regular digestive tract, it will take those toxic compounds and store them in and lock them away in body fat. So that's why some people, when they go to working out, they can never burn body fat, because if they did, it could literally kill them. Because if your body starts burning that fat that's filled with toxins that it socked away to keep you safe, it's not going to let you burn that stuff and then release those toxins into your bloodstream unless you start consuming a lot of greens. That's why I have green smoothies all the time, because it's part of my detoxification daily process. Right? So if you are trying to change shape and you want to start burning body fat, make sure you eat you a big green salad every day. Not an iceberg lettuce salad, but a big green salad every day. So that would be your carbohydrates for the day. But it's also going to allow your body to start slowly releasing the toxins that are trapped in your fat. And then you can safely start to burn fat that way. So they watch less than an hour of TV per day. How many of you guys are there yet? I know a lot of you guys. Kale is my go-to. It's my go-to for my smoothies. Spinach is my go-to when I want to really green up a salad. So number 6, how many? So where are we at on the scale? Where are you guys at? So let's do a test and let's see if you're on your way to building wealth. Are you on your way to being wealthy? Do you work out 4 times per week? Do you eat less than 300 calories in junk food? Do you sleep at least 7 hours a night? Or should I more aptly say, do you rest more than 7 hours a night? Do you get drunk often? Right? Don't get drunk. If you're going to drink, just don't drink till you're getting drunk. Do you watch more than an hour of TV per night? Melly says, I'm almost there with TV. Don't watch much at all. Cool, cool. Number 6, they count their calories. See, they understand that my number one wealth building tool is this physical body of mine. I want you guys to really get this. The number one tool that I use for building and maintaining wealth is my physical body. If I don't treat it right, then there goes my ability to create and maintain my wealth. So you got to get into health at the same time you're getting into studying wealth. That's why I study and I learned all this stuff about how to keep myself healthy, because I know that's a huge component to being wealthy. Is how you feel physically has a lot to do with your ability to produce financially. Right? I'm going to run that one back. Some of y'all missed it. You got to take care of your body, because how you feel physically has a lot to do with how you produce financially. How productive you are has a lot to do with your physical strength, conditioning, mental capacity, stamina, and all that good stuff. Nearly 60% of wealthy people watch the calories they eat, keeping their weight in check. Want to scale back your calories? Avoid drinking your calories and go easy on your lunch break. Research shows that eating light at lunch can help you lose weight without causing you to overeat later on. So number 6, listen, man, listen. I can't help to look at sometimes when I see people who are massively overweight, and I'm just thinking to myself, how on earth can you be productive at that stage? Or how much more productive could you be if you let go or were to alleviate some of the excess baggage? Right? So be cognizant of your weight, right? And I'm not saying that you have to get down to a skinny mini, but be cautious of the amount of weight that you're carrying and ask yourself, could you be a little bit more productive if you were just 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 30 pounds lighter on your feet? Just ask yourself that question. If I was just 5 pounds lighter on my feet, could I be a little bit more productive? If I was just 10 pounds lighter on my feet, if I was just a little bit more fit, if I had just a little bit more stamina, could I be a little bit more productive? Right? Number 7, they floss daily. More than 60% of wealthy people floss every day, which reduces the likelihood of health problems such as gum disease and tooth decay. Flossing can even help you get out of debt. Wow. How does that work? How does that work? I floss daily. I keep a floss pick almost everywhere I go. But it's because my teeth are already bad. It's not because I'm preventing. I already got the gum disease. So I got pockets all over the place that I got to dig food out of constantly because it irritates me. I just made up my mind that one of the reasons I got to get wealthy so I can have all these mugs yanked out and have some titanium screws put in and get some porcelain in this mouth of mine. That's one of the reasons I got to get wealthy, right? But I do floss daily, right? And then number 8, because I know we're beyond 8 o'clock, is only 28% of wealthy people nibble on candy more than twice a week. The majority, about 70%, consume less than that. Grab a small square or two of dark chocolate, which is loaded with heart-friendly antioxidants. So it says they eschew sweets. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. ESCHEW sweets. So they even limit their sweets. And that would make sense because they count their calories. You know how many calories in a single piece of candy? You know how many calories are in a single Starburst square? So if they're watching their calories, then they're conscious and careful not to just be nibbling on sweets all day. Now, I will tell you, by my bed every night, there is a pack of Mambas, some Sprees, some Sweet Tarts, or something. So I've got to fix that if I'm going to be wealthy. If I'm going to be wealthy. So again, this article is youbeauty.com, Healthy Habits of Wealthy People. Right now, if you want to take notes and continue your study of wealthy people, then I'm going to go ahead and start following my man Tom Corley because he has something called the Rich Habits Institute. So I'll be bringing you more rich people habits every day. Not every day, but every couple of weeks on this show, because I'm going to get into that Rich Habits Institute. Because again, if the name of the game is to build wealth, you have to be consumed with, you have to be obsessed with, you have to focus on building wealth. Again, think about it. What have you ever gotten in life that you really wanted that you were not obsessed over? Right? I know people who spoke cars into existence. They were just insane, right? Last name Corley. Corley, Tom Corley of the Rich Habits Institute. I want you to think about something. Everybody put in the chat something that they really obsessed over and they finally got it. Because you get what you focus on. You get what you focus on. Right? Think about that. Whether it was a car, whether it was a mate, whether it was a particular clothing, a particular hairstyle. I mean, we just, at some stretch in our lives, we obsessed over something until we got it. And it seemed like when we start obsessing over it, all of these doors started to open and actually created a way for us to get that thing we were obsessing over. Well, guess what, y'all? The same thing will happen if you start obsessing over wealth. I'm on year 3 of a 7-year wealth run that's going to set my family apart forever. Now, during this time, I'm probably missing out on a lot of things family related. My son is struggling in school a little bit because I can't be there with him to help him get his homework done and make sure he's on task and all that stuff. So I'm missing out on some stuff. But at the end of the day, when you look back over my life, after I'm long gone, after about 120 years, 130 years on this planet or something like that, people are going to look back and say, Cortez had a 7-year run where he was just obsessed with money. But then he got money as an issue out of the way, and he lived the way nobody else imagined he'd live. And when you look at the whole grand scheme of my life, you say, that 7-year stretch, that wasn't even 10% of his life that he focused on money. You guys see where I'm going with this? Because people will beat you up and beat you down that you're only focused on money. But if you get it done in 7, 8, 9, 10 years and you live to be 100, that was just 10% of your life that you focus on money and building wealth. And then you can pass that down from generation to generation to generation to generation. And nobody in your family ever has to focus on money ever again. What will it look like if your kids or your grandchildren, when they came into this world, you had the monetary resources to help them live and pursue their dreams, whatever they are? At the best training, the best experiences, the best coaches, the best mentors, the best school, the best education, the best of everything. Right out of the gate, You identify who they are and what bent they have, right? Train up a child in the way they should go. And that's not train up a child just according to right and wrong. No, that's train up a child and according to its natural tendencies and its natural gifts and talents. And what if you have the monetary resources to nurture that stuff right out of the gate? Huh? I'm just saying, y'all. What if you had the monetary resources when you were a child to pursue your passions? Where would you be today? Some of you wouldn't be doing what you're doing. You're only doing that because it makes you money. There are some things that you were passionate about as a child that if your parents had the monetary resources to help you pursue those passions, some of you would be another Picasso. Some of you would be a Maya Angelou right now. Some of you would be a great author. Some of you guys would be some other things. So yeah, as for me and my house, we're going to focus on getting money as an issue out of the way these next 4 years. And then we're going to kick our feet up. We're going to make sure our grandchildren can pursue their dreams so they can walk in their calling. That's the name of the game for me and mine. My calling is to rebuild and restore the black community economically and make it a viable economic force in this world. I'm down with Dr. Claude Anderson in that racism is simply a war of the is simply a race for world domination by every culture on the planet. And we're in dead last, even though we are the most populous on the planet. I'm going to get us in this race, y'all. That's what I've been put here to do. So, if you want to help join me in this crusade, you can join the Black Wealth Movement for $20, $35 a month to maintain your membership. We'll teach you how to build wealth for you and your family first. Then we can teach you how to partner with others and start, building, rebuilding the community and taking your finances and your wealth to a whole nother level. So if this sounds like something that you want to be a part of, text Black Wealth Movement to 314-874-6887. Remember, if you have not already gotten these 2 books, you can do so. $37 gets you both books, a coaching call, and a 1-month subscription to Monetize My Life Academy, where you can learn all things branding and marketing, take your business and your brand to the next level. So I'm H. Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor to the black community, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur. Until I talk to you the next time, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every one of you. Peace out, y'all.